And those few words carry the heart of the whole Mahayana Buddhism. Okay? So I want you to spend some time for understanding the meaning of these few words and the truth of Ironsan. I said that Buddhist monks, especially Zen monks, spend 20 years to get a glimpse of their own Buddha nature. Some of them succeed, some don't. Let me give you an example which I read in Legends of the Buddhist Practice. Once upon a time in China, I gave this story, I think, several times in this Dharma hall, Dharma room, but we can chew it as many, many times, like beef jerky. You know what beef jerky is? It's a dried beef jerky. The more chew, the better taste you get it. This one example is a good one, and most of you didn't hear this, so I'll have to repeat. The title of the story is this: Che Wu. In Chinese, Che Wu. Che means thorough. Wu means enlightenment. That is the name of Buddhism, thorough enlightenment. And why did he get the name of this Che Wu, thorough enlightenment? The story goes like this. In China, once upon a time, there was a young Buddhist monk with a great aspiration to realize Buddhahood. And he was the most revered priest, even though he's only 19 years old. Among other Buddhist monks, he was quite famous because of his clean practice, faultless practice and aspiration. And in that temple, there's a she Buddhist. Another way, not he, she Buddhist, the lay Buddhist. Posalim is lay she Buddhist. Okay, and one day she listened to the Dharma talk of the headmaster of the temple, and then she realized that what he said was true. And what was the main point of the Dharma talk was this: in the dark world, we need a lantern. At that time, they didn't have this light, electric light they had in a lantern. In a dark world, we need a lantern. If we have a really bright lantern, if you have one, it can brighten the whole world. That's the way the Dharma master, head Dharma master, gave the Dharma talk. And this is she, lay Buddhist, realized that that's true. So she said, what should I do to help produce or create such a bright lantern? Shall I provide rice? You know, rice is like gold, and clothes for the Buddhist monks. Well, there are so many Buddhist monks, and I cannot handle it. And also, you know, I have limited assets, so I cannot do it. And also, those Buddhist monks also, they are busy. Sometimes they offer like prayers for the deceased and all kinds of activities, so that they cannot really concentrate on their practice. So why don't I make a cave and then invite one able young Buddhist monk and then let him practice until that monk gets really enlightened and become a living Buddha. Okay, she makes his mind. And when she came home, she built some kind of a house, which is name of the house was Chen Xing Yuan in Chinese. Chen Xing Yuan means Chen means seeing, Xing means nature. Chen Xing means seeing into nature. Korean Gyeongsang. Chenshin Yuan 1, Gyeongsang 1. Monastery of the Seeing into Nature, that was the name of the house. How big was the house? It was 32 square yards. The whole footage of the 32 square yards. It's not very big. Maybe this room can be a 32 square yards. And then after finishing the house, instead of making a cave, she went to the temple and asked the head Dharma master and asked him to recommend a good, able Buddhist monk who can attain great enlightenment and solve all the problems after 20 years of practice. And the head Dharma master recommended this young man, young monk who was 19 years old, or in his lifetime of called, I'm translating, flowery time. In your life there's a flowery time, right? Before 20 years of age, before after that, you are living the period of flowers. Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher, Denmark, he divided the 3 stages of life, and the first one is the flowery one. Everything is like beautiful and you become a poet, that beautiful stage. But this young 19-year-old monk was going the other way. He was concentrating his whole energy to be enlightened. Okay, so the young man, 19-year-old, still teenager, right? Teenager, agreed to come and thought, well, the Shakyamuni Buddha spent 6 years with great aspiration, and at the end of 6 years he attained enlightenment. And why don't I try too? So he agreed and came to this Shi lay Buddhist house, the newly built. And then he practiced for 20 years. Now how old is he? 39 years old. So it was exactly 20 years after the initiation of the practice. And this Shi Buddhist now, she must be 20 years older than she was, you remember, too? And she said to her last daughter, the youngest daughter, not yet married, very beautiful, charming, and both, the virtue and look, all beautiful daughter, the Chinese women, some of them are very, very beautiful, Maybe all of them are beautiful. That's one issue. Everyone is beautiful in her own way. And the people make it, discrimination, saying, hey, you are pretty, you are not pretty. That's all wrong, according to the result of the Enlightenment, as we'll see. Today, the mother says to her youngest daughter, you give food and so on, because today is the 20 years of the conclusion of the 20-year practice. So the daughter thought, now for 20 years my mother served and helped this young Buddhist monk to realize Buddhahood. So the youngest daughter made up her mind she would do her best to give her real devotion. And she cooked with after ablution of the taking bath. They didn't have a shower as you have, so it's quite a bit of work to